All right, today we're diving into a short but incredibly deep poem. It's all about finding this huge universal wisdom on a simple shoreline, and it all starts with a single pebble.
I mean, it sounds like a trick question, right? What can you really learn from a rock? But that's the hook. This poem takes that simple question and spins it into this amazing journey about perspective, about wisdom, and really about where we all fit in the grand scheme of things. So, the poem kicks things off right here. It paints this picture of just countless pebbles on a beach. It sets the scene, sure, but it's also setting the scale. We're about to zoom in on one tiny idea out of an absolute infinity of them. And right away, bam, the poem drops a conflict on us. It shows us there's a fundamental difference in how we can see the world, and it all comes down to whose eyes you're looking through. And here's that contrast spelled out perfectly. To a kid, a pebble is a treasure, right? It's this unique little curiosity. But for the old man, it's something else. It's not that he's lost his sense of wonder, not at all. It's that something deeper, a different kind of knowledge, has taken its place.
So that's the big question, isn't it? If it's not wonder he's feeling, then what is it? What secret has he learned from a lifetime of experience that simple curiosity just can't see yet?
The poem doesn't just call it knowledge, it calls it knowing. It's this deep, intuitive understanding of the way things really work, the depth of all things.
I mean, listen to that line. It frames his wisdom as something as fundamental as a law of nature. It's not just his opinion, something you can debate. It's a truth he's lived so long that he's come to embody it. And this is absolutely crucial. His knowledge doesn't make him arrogant or challenging. It's not about being a know-it-all. In fact, it's the total opposite. It comes from this profound, quiet acceptance of the world for what it is. And here we get our first really concrete example. The old man doesn't just see a pebble. He sees what it's not. He understands its limits. You know, it's a beautiful thing, but you're not going to build your house on it. So that little pebble becomes this huge metaphor for humility. It's about learning to recognize limits, to understand that some things just aren't meant to be foundational, and to see the beautiful weakness in things that are just temporary.
Wow. This line hits hard, doesn't it? It's maybe the most challenging piece of wisdom in the whole poem. It's this idea that sometimes, no matter how hard you work or how much you want something, it just doesn't work out. Some efforts just get washed away by the tide. This brings us to this big idea, the acceptance of futility. Now, I know that sounds super pessimistic, but it's not about being a downer. It's actually a form of deep realism. It's the wisdom to know when some things are just shaped by forces way, way bigger than we are. So you have to ask, where did this guy learn all this? It wasn't in some philosophy class. The poem gives us a very clear and pretty beautiful answer. His teacher was nature itself. That's it, the constant, unstoppable, powerful cycle of the ocean. He didn't read it in a book. He learned it by watching, by being there for a long, long time. Just think about this cycle as his classroom. The ebb tide pulls back, and for a moment, you see the truth of the shore. All the pebbles, the sand, the impermanence. Then the flow tide comes back in and covers it all up again. Doing that over and over and over, that teaches you a thing or two about what really lasts. Okay, get ready, because this is where the poem takes its final, breathtaking turn. All that wisdom he's gathered by looking at the world, well, he's about to turn it back on himself. You see, all that time he spent watching the children, the pebbles, the tide, it wasn't just about understanding the world out there. It was all just preparation for the most important realization of all. And there it is, the final knockout punch of a line. The old man doesn't just understand the pebbles, he realizes he is one. The observer becomes the observed. It all clicks into place. So what does that really mean, to see yourself as a pebble? It means you get that you're just one tiny part of this huge, vast existence. It means accepting that you've been shaped and smoothed by forces you can't control. Time, life, the tide. It's the ultimate humility, right? Realizing you're not the foundation, you're just something weathered by the journey. And really, that's the question the poem leaves us with. In a world that's always telling us to be a mountain, to be a cornerstone, what kind of wisdom is there in being okay with just being a single pebble on the beach?
smoothed by the tide, resting among all the others. That's a thought to carry with you. Thanks for joining me on this one.